Ivy, listen, Ethan said, rubbing his temples. I'm tired. Tired of work? I asked. Or tired of me? He didn't answer right away. That silence told me everything. I need peace, he finally said. With you, everything feels heavy. I laughed softly. Heavy? I paid half the rent when you had nothing. I stayed up fixing your resumes. I defended you when your boss called you useless. That's not what I mean, he snapped. You're always emotional. I'm emotional because I love you, I said. Is that a crime now? Claire cleared her throat beside him. Ethan, maybe I should wait outside. No, he said quickly. Stay. My chest tightened. So, this is why you're brave enough to say this? Ethan avoided my eyes. Claire understands me. She doesn't pressure me. I never pressured you, I said. I believed in you. That's the problem, he replied. Your belief feels like a debt. I stared at him. So, loving you is a burden? He exhaled. I don't want to hurt you. You already are, I said. Claire finally spoke. Ivy, this isn't easy for him either. I looked at her. Then why are you here? She smiled politely. Because he chose me. The room felt smaller. My hands shook. When did this start? I asked. Ethan whispered. A while ago. So all those late nights, I said. All those excuses. I didn't mean to fall in love, he said. I nodded slowly. But you did. I need space, he continued. I need quiet. And I don't give you that, I said. He didn't deny it. I sat down, my legs weak. Was I ever enough? I asked. Ethan said nothing. That answer hurt more than words. I changed myself for you, I said. I shrank my dreams. I waited. Claire looked away. I need to live, Ethan said. And I can't do that with you. I smiled sadly. Then live. I picked up my bag. Take all the peace you want. He frowned. You're just leaving? What did you expect? I asked. Begging. I thought you'd understand, he said. I understand perfectly, I replied. You outgrew the woman who held you up. That's not fair, he muttered. Neither is this, I said, gesturing between him and Claire. I walked out before he could stop me. In the elevator, I whispered, Don't cry. Don't break. I stared at my reflection. You loved him. That was real, I told myself. But loving him killed you. I pressed my palm to my chest. Remember this pain, I said quietly. Remember how it feels to be replaced. Never forget who you became just to keep him. Outside, I argued with my heart. Stay strong, I said. He chose. You didn't lose. You survived. I stepped into the rain. This hurts, I whispered. But I'm still standing. I counted my breaths, telling myself to walk, not run, to stay calm, to stay alive, even as my chest burned. I told myself this ending was not my fault, not my weakness, not my failure. My phone buzzed before I reached the street. I'm sorry. Please come back. I didn't mean it like that. I typed, goodbye, then deleted it. At the crossing, rain blurred my vision. A car sped through the red light. I remember thinking, so this is how it ends. Pain exploded. Sounds faded. As I lay there, memories rushed in. I loved you, I whispered. More than myself. Darkness closed in. If there is another life, I thought, let me be strong enough to walk away sooner. Let me live without begging for love. Ivy, wake up, I whispered to myself as I jolted upright. Wake up. My heart raced. My hands shook. I looked around my bedroom, breathing hard. The walls were the same soft gray. The clock read 6:40 a.m. My phone lay on the nightstand, buzzing. No, I murmured. This can't be real. I grabbed the phone. The date stared back at me. 3 years ago. This is the day, I whispered. This is the morning he proposed. My chest tightened. Memories rushed in like broken glass. Ethan smiling. The ring. My tears. The years after. The betrayal. The rain. The headlights. I died, I said softly. I remember dying. I pressed my palm against my chest. So why am I here? The phone buzzed again. Ethan. I stared at his name. Of course, I said bitterly. You're still happy. I answered before fear could stop me. Hello. Morning, he said cheerfully. Did I wake you? No, I replied. My voice sounded steady, even to me. Good, he said. Today's a big day. I closed my eyes. Is it? You sound tired, he said. Are you nervous? I'm fine, I said. Just thinking. He laughed. You always overthink. I swallowed. Ethan, I said slowly, do you ever think about the future? Of course, he replied. That's why I'm doing all this. For us? I asked. Yeah, he said without hesitation. For us. I clenched my fist. You promise? Why are you asking weird questions? He said. Did something happen? No, I said. Nothing happened. Good, he replied. I'll see you tonight. Okay, I said. Drive safe. Always, he said. Love you. The call ended. I stared at the screen. You don't know, I whispered. You don't know what you'll become. I stood up, my legs unsteady. Calm down, I told myself. You're alive. That matters. I walked to the mirror. This face, I said, touching my cheek, still believes in him. I shook my head. Not for long. I paced the room. You could warn him, I said. You could change him. I stopped. No, I said firmly. That didn't work before. I sat on the bed. I begged once. I reminded myself. I bled once. I took a deep breath. This time I observe. I imagine the future. I remembered. You will choose someone else, I whispered. You will call it peace. My throat tightened. And I will not stop you. I picked up my phone again. I won't chase, I said. I won't save you. A tear slid down my cheek. I will save myself. I opened my notes app and typed, stay quiet, stay strong. I whispered the words aloud. Stay quiet, stay strong. My heart still hurt, but my mind felt clear. Panic won't help, I told myself. Control will. I dressed slowly, carefully. Every step matters now, I said. As I left the room, I paused. This life, I whispered, belongs to me. I looked at the door like it was a line I couldn't cross again. You loved him once, I said gently. That's enough. I straightened my shoulders. You don't die for love anymore. I took a breath. You live. I repeated it in my head as the morning light filled the room. I will not die for love again. I'll be late tonight, Ethan said, grabbing his keys. I nodded. Okay. He paused at the door. That's it. That's it, I replied. He frowned. You didn't ask why. I trust you, I said, surprising both of us. He smiled, relieved. Good. The door closed. I exhaled slowly. So this is how it starts, I whispered. When he came home past midnight, I didn't ask where he'd been. You're still awake, he asked. I was reading, I said. You didn't wait up for me, he asked. I didn't know you wanted me to, I replied. He laughed lightly. You've changed. I know, I said. Days passed. His phone buzzed more. I didn't look. Claire says the meeting went well, he mentioned one evening. That's nice, I replied. He studied me. You're not jealous? Should I be? I asked. No, he said quickly. Just asking. I nodded. Then we're fine. Inside, my chest tightened. This is how he tests freedom, I thought. Later, I asked, do you want dinner? I already ate, he said. With Claire. I smiled. Hope it was good. He blinked. You're really okay with this? I'm okay, I said calmly. He grew bolder after that. He stopped explaining. He stopped pretending. One night, he said, I might travel next week. For work? I asked. Sort of, he replied. I nodded again. Let me know if you need anything. He stared. You don't care. I care about myself, I said gently. That confused him. Lena visited one afternoon while Ethan was out. Ivy, she said quietly, are you and my brother okay? We're fine, I replied. She hesitated. He's been different. So have I said. She took my hand. You deserve honesty. I smiled. Thank you for caring. You're not angry? She asked. I'm aware, I replied. She searched my face. That scares me. It shouldn't, I said softly. It's necessary. That night, I opened a new bank account. Just in case, I told myself. I transferred a small amount, then another. When Ethan asked, why are you budgeting so carefully? I want security, I said. He smirked. You worry too much. I didn't argue. I met Noah for coffee. You look tired, he said. I'm learning, I replied. Learning what? How to leave without running, I said. He didn't push. I'm here. Thank you, I said. I send out job applications during lunch breaks. You're ambitious lately, Ethan commented. I always was, I replied. He laughed. I never noticed. I know, I said. Weeks passed. His confidence grew. My silence fed it. One night he said, you're easy lately. I smiled. Is that bad? No, he said. It's peaceful. I nodded. Enjoy it, I thought. It won't last. I packed a small bag and hid it in the closet. I memorized schedules, saved contacts, planned exits. Ethan kissed my forehead one morning. You're not clingy anymore. I learned, I said. He didn't ask how. He thought I was waiting. I was counting days. I stood by the window that night and whispered, you think you're free. I closed my eyes. But I already am. The power didn't shift loudly. It shifted quietly, with every word I didn't say. And by the time he noticed, I would already be gone. I need to talk to you, Ethan said, standing across the room. I nodded. Go ahead. He blinked. You're not asking what it's about? I already know, I said. He swallowed. I'm confused. I crossed my arms. About her? He flinched. About us. I waited. Claire understands me, he continued. When I'm with her, I feel calm. That word again, I said. Calm. You're intense, he said. You feel too much. I feel because I care, I replied. But go on. He frowned. You're not reacting. Do you want me to? I asked. I expected you to cry, he admitted. I cried enough last time, I said quietly. He stiffened. Last time? Nothing, I said. Keep talking. He rubbed his neck. I didn't plan this. It just happened. I nodded. It always does. Claire stepped forward. Ethan's been struggling, she said softly. I looked at her. Have you? She smiled. I've been honest. That's generous of you, I said. She tilted her head. I don't want hostility. Then don't stand in my home, I replied. Ethan stepped between us. Please. I sighed. So, what now? I think we should take a break, he said. A break, I repeated. Or an exit? He hesitated. I don't know. I smiled. I do. I walked to the bedroom. What are you doing? He asked, following me. Freeing you, I said. I opened the closet and pulled out a suitcase. You don't have to do this, he said quickly. I do, I replied. Claire lingered at the door. You're being very mature, she said. I'm being done, I answered. Ethan's voice shook. I thought you'd fight. I stopped fighting for people who already left, I said. I folded clothes slowly. You're really leaving, he said. Yes. Just like that. Just like this, I replied. He sat on the bed. What about our plans? You stopped planning with me, I said. I just noticed. He looked up. You don't even hate me. I don't, I said honestly. That scared him. Claire crossed her arms. So you're giving up. I met her eyes. I'm giving you what you want. She smiled wider. Then I won. I zipped the bag. If you think this is winning, I said, keep smiling. Ethan stood abruptly. Wait. For what? I asked. For me to be sure, he said. I'm sure enough for both of us, I replied. I walked past Claire. Ivy, Ethan called. Say something. I paused at the door. Take care of yourself, I said. That's it, he asked. That's all, I replied. I stepped into the hallway. Behind me, his voice cracked. You're really not coming back. I didn't turn around. No. The elevator doors closed. Inside, my hands trembled, but my face stayed calm. I whispered, You don't get tears this time. My phone buzzed as I reached the ground floor. Did I mess up? Ethan texted. I deleted it. Outside, the air felt lighter. I adjusted the strap of my bag and started walking. For the first time, the betrayal didn't crush me. It confirmed me. I didn't look back. Behind that door, panic was just beginning. And I was already gone. I'm not telling him where I'm going, I said to the driver. He nodded. New start. Yes, I replied. A quiet one. My apartment was small. The walls were bare. I stood in the center and said, This is enough. My phone buzzed once. Ethan. I turned it off. The next morning, Marcus Hale looked at my resume. You stayed too long at your last job. I was loyal, I said. He raised an eyebrow. Loyalty is useful when it's returned. I know that now, I replied. He leaned back. Can you handle pressure? I've survived worse than deadlines, I said. He smiled slightly. You start Monday. Thank you, I said. I won't waste it. He nodded. I can tell. At work, I listened more than I spoke. Marcus said, Your idea saved us an hour. I pay attention, I replied. He looked at me closely. You weren't always allowed to. No, I said. I wasn't. Olivia leaned over during lunch. You're new. I am, I said. You don't talk much, she said. I talk when it matters, I replied. She grinned. I like that. We started eating together. One afternoon, she laughed and said, You know, you're funny. I forgot that. I admitted. She nudged me. He didn't deserve you. I didn't ask how she knew. Noah texted one evening. Coffee? I replied, okay. He studied me across the table. You look lighter. I feel clearer, I said. You're not running, he said. I'm standing still on purpose, I replied. He nodded. I can do that with you. Thank you, I said. At night, I dreamed of Ethan. In the dream, he said, Why didn't you fight? I answered, Because I finally chose myself. I woke up calm. At work, Marcus said, You think ahead. I had to learn, I replied. Good, he said. I don't babysit. I don't need it, I said. Olivia clapped softly. She's strong. I smiled. I'm practice. My phone stayed silent. I didn't miss the noise. One evening, I stood by the window and said, You're safe. The word felt strange but real. Noah called. Dinner? I can't, I said. I'm tired. Good tired, he asked. Yes, I said. The kind that builds. Then rest, he said. I will, I replied. I cooked simple meals. I balanced my budget. I said no without explaining. Marcus stopped by my desk. You're moving fast. I'm focused, I said. Keep it that way, he replied. Olivia whispered. Promotion energy. I laughed. Let's not rush. She smiled. You don't rush anymore. I didn't. Some nights, the memories knocked. I said, You can stay outside. They listened. I wrote lists, goals, boundaries. I underlined one sentence twice. Never abandon yourself. When Ethan's name crossed my mind, it didn't hurt. It reminded me. One morning, I looked in the mirror and said, You left. I smiled back. And you survived. I picked up my bag and locked the door. In the shadows, I wasn't hiding. I was healing. Quietly. Steadily. For myself. I didn't ask about her. Ethan said sharply. I heard that line later from Lena, but I already knew. At work, Marcus said, Daniel Wright called. About the project? I asked. About you, he replied. I frowned. Why? He's writing a piece on rising talent, Marcus said. Your name came up. I nodded. If it helps the company, fine. It helps you, he said. Don't hide from that. I'm not hiding, I replied. I'm building. The article went live 2 days later. Olivia waved her phone. Have you seen this? No, I said. You're everywhere, she laughed. Look. I skimmed it. My name sat quietly between stronger words. You deserve this, she said. I earned it, I replied. That evening, Noah called. People are talking. About work? I asked. About you, he said. They're impressed. I smiled faintly. That's new. It shouldn't be, he replied. Later, Lena messaged me. Can we talk? I hesitated, then typed, okay. We met for coffee. He keeps hearing your name, she said without greeting. I didn't plan that, I replied. I know, she said. That's what scares him. I stirred my cup. Why are you telling me this? Because he's unraveling, she said. He keeps asking what you're doing. I'm living, I replied. She sighed. He didn't expect you to disappear. I didn't disappear, I said. I stepped away. Lena leaned forward. He's fighting with Claire. I looked up. About what? About you, she said. About why you're calm. About why you're successful. That's not my responsibility, I replied. I know, she said quietly. But he's realizing something. What? I asked. That he lost control, she said. I didn't respond. At home, my phone buzzed with a notification. Ethan viewed your profile. I stared at the screen. Too late, I whispered. Another buzz. Remember this? He texted, attaching an old photo. I didn't open it. I typed, please don't contact me. 3 dots appeared, then disappeared. The next day, Marcus said, someone asked about your past company. Did you answer? I asked. I said you moved on, he replied. Good, I said. Olivia leaned in. Your ex is spiraling. I'm not curious, I replied. She studied me. You're sure? Yes, I said. Curiosity kept me trapped before. At lunch, Noah said, You okay? I am, I said. I don't feel pulled anymore. That's growth, he replied. That evening, Lena called again. He keeps rereading your old messages, she said. The ones you never answered. I closed my eyes. Tell him to stop. He won't, she said. He keeps saying you changed. I did, I replied. He didn't notice when it mattered. Lena's voice cracked. He asked me what he did wrong. What did you say? I asked. I told him the truth, she said. That he mistook your patience for weakness. Silence sat between us. He didn't lose you, she added softly. He let you go. I exhaled. Thank you for saying that. After the call, I stood by the window. I said aloud, I didn't vanish. I checked my phone one last time. No new messages. Good. At work, my name carried weight now. In his world, it carried regret. I didn't need to see it. I already knew. For the first time, Ethan heard my name without me standing beside him. And that was the loudest lesson of all. The knock on my office door startled me. Ivy, can we talk? Ethan's voice was low, hesitant. I didn't look up. Come in. He stepped inside slowly, eyes scanning the room like he didn't recognize it. I'm sorry, he said, his voice cracking. I leaned back in my chair, calm. For what? For everything, he whispered. For leaving you. For being selfish. I made a mistake. I watched him swallow hard. You made plenty, I said softly. But go on. He ran his hands through his hair. I thought I was choosing peace, but I was running for myself. From us. I nodded once. That's a start. I've cried, he admitted, lowering his head. I didn't realize. I didn't understand what I had. I tilted my head. Do you need me to tell you again? What? He asked, lifting his eyes. That I forgave you a long time ago, I said, voice steady. Forgiveness doesn't mean return. It doesn't mean you get another chance. He flinched. I thought maybe you. Save your thoughts, I interrupted gently. This isn't about hoping. This is about reality. You left. I moved. He staggered back a step, hands gripping the desk. I never imagined you could be okay. I finished for him. I never imagined you would either. But I am. Ivy, his voice broke. He stared at me, desperate. Please, I can change. You could, I said quietly. But not for me. Not anymore. He looked at the floor. I ruined everything, didn't I? You lost me, I said. I didn't lose you. You lost yourself. Tears ran down his face. I didn't move. I didn't comfort. I didn't flinch. Claire's name didn't cross my mind. The past didn't haunt me. I was here. Present. Strong. I thought love could fix it, he whispered. Love fixes nothing if you keep hurting the one you claim to love, I replied. He sank into the chair opposite mine, trembling. I never wanted it to end like this. It already ended, I said. This meeting doesn't change it. Your apology doesn't rewrite it. You don't get to undo the past. He nodded miserably, words failing him. I saw the weight of regret crush him. Goodbye, Ivy, he said after a long pause. I simply nodded. Goodbye, Ethan. He stood slowly, hesitating at the door. I didn't move. You're really not coming back? He asked, voice barely audible. No, I said firmly. I'm not. And that's final. He swallowed, his chest rising and falling rapidly. I understand. I watched as he walked away. Each step was a defeat. Each step reminded him that I would never be his again. The door clicked shut. Silence settled in the office. I breathed deeply. Calm, steady. No tremble, no ache, no longing. I whispered to myself, forgiveness is freedom, not return. I turned back to my desk, to my work, to my life. The moment broke him. And for the first time, I felt fully unbreakable. Claire stood at the lobby entrance, arms crossed. Ivy, she said sharply, how is it that you managed to take him back without even trying? I looked up from my papers, calm. Take him back? I never competed. Her eyes narrowed. Don't play innocent. You're always so perfect, so calm. He's mine, and suddenly, I never wanted him. I interrupted. I didn't chase him. I didn't fight him. You're the one he chose. She stepped closer, voice trembling. Then why is he changed? Why is he different around you? He's not mine, I said quietly. He's only realizing what he lost. She hesitated, then scoffed. This isn't fair. I worked for him. I gave him my time, my patience. Maybe you gave him what he wanted, I said. But not what he needed. Her lip curled. Do you enjoy seeing him wither? No, I replied. I enjoy seeing truth unfold. Claire's eyes flicked toward the window. What do you mean? I shrugged lightly. Your victory was never real. His career is falling apart. Her gaze sharpened. What do you mean? Marcus Hale cut ties with him today, I said, watching her reaction. She blinked, startled. Marcus. Yes. Because of his poor decisions, I said. And Daniel's article exposed unethical choices he made behind closed doors. Her hands trembled. You orchestrated this? I shook my head. I did nothing. I only stayed out of the way. Her mouth opened, then closed. So, karma just moves quietly, I said. Relentlessly. You can't control it. You can't fight it. You only watch. Her shoulders slumped. I thought I had it all. You thought. I corrected gently. Thoughts don't change reality. Claire took a shaky breath. So, he's lost everything? He's losing what he always misunderstood, I said. Respect, trust, stability. And he'll have no one to blame but himself. Her eyes filled with tears. And you just stand there? I stand here because I stopped chasing people who already left, I said. She looked down, voice soft. So all that confidence, it was never mine to have. Exactly, I said. It was never yours to hold. Claire swallowed hard. And him. He'll survive eventually, I said. But not the way you wanted him to. She shook her head. You're so cold. I'm clear, I said. There's a difference. Her voice cracked. I didn't know things could turn like this. Reality is unpredictable, I said, but consequences are inevitable. She turned toward the exit, hands clenching her bag. You make it sound so easy. It's not, I said. It's just honest. Before she left, she glanced back. You really never wanted him? I wanted myself more, I said softly. And that choice freed me. The doors closed behind her. Silence returned to the lobby. I exhaled slowly. Let her go, I whispered. Let him learn. Let the truth unfold. I returned to my desk, calm, unshaken. Karma was patient. I didn't need to hurry. Quietly, relentlessly, the world was correcting itself. And I was finally beyond it all. Noah stood across from me, hands in his pockets. I need to say something, he said. I nodded. Say it. I like you, he said simply. I've liked you for a long time. I didn't flinch. Thank you for telling me. He smiled nervously. You're not surprised. I'm not, I said. But I'm not ready either. I know, he replied quickly. This isn't pressure. I met his eyes. Then what is it? It's honesty, he said. And patience. I won't rush you. Something in my chest loosened. You don't have to wait, I said. I want to, he replied. But only if it doesn't trap you. I exhaled. That matters. We walked slowly. I'm learning how to choose myself, I said. That's good, he said. I don't want to be chosen out of fear. I stopped. That's exactly what I'm avoiding. He smiled softly. Then we're aligned. I didn't hold his hand. I didn't step away either. At home, I stood in front of the mirror. You're not guilty, I told myself. You're careful. I remembered how love used to feel like pressure. I said out loud, love shouldn't hurt just to exist. My phone buzzed later. Unknown number. I didn't answer. At work, Olivia leaned close. Someone's been watching? I frowned. Who? She nodded toward the window. You're past. I didn't turn around. I don't need to see, I said. Marcus passed by. You look focused. I am, I replied. Good, he said. Stay that way. At lunch, Noah texted. No expectations. Just coffee tomorrow? I replied, coffee is safe. That's the point, he sent back. That evening, I felt calm instead of anxious. I cooked dinner slowly. I ate without rushing. I said, this is peace. Outside, I knew Ethan sometimes stood across the street. I didn't look. I felt it anyway. The distance wasn't physical anymore. It was permanent. The next day, Noah said, you don't owe me anything. I know, I said. That's why I'm here. He nodded. Then let's just exist. We sat in silence. It wasn't awkward. It wasn't heavy. Later, Lena messaged me. He keeps asking about you. I typed, please stop updating me. She replied, he's realizing you're unreachable. I deleted the thread. I whispered, good. That night, I thought about love. Not the version that demanded sacrifice. Not the version that drained. But the one that waits. The one that listens. The one that doesn't ask you to disappear. I said softly, I choose myself. The words didn't echo with fear. They settled like truth. From the corner of my eye, I saw a familiar figure across the street. I didn't slow down. I didn't look back. I walked past him like a stranger. And in that moment, I understood something clearly. I was no longer reachable. Not emotionally. Not physically. Not at all. I went home smiling. For the first time, choosing myself didn't feel lonely. It felt right. And that was enough. I didn't raise him to be like this, Sophia said, her hands trembling around her cup. I sat across from her. People become who they choose, I replied. She nodded slowly. I judged you unfairly. I know, I said. I'm sorry, she added. I see it now. It's late, I said gently. But thank you. She swallowed. He lost Claire. I wasn't surprised. That was always coming. He lost respect too, she said. No one trusts him anymore. I said nothing. She looked at me with tired eyes. You were his stability. I was his excuse, I corrected. She flinched. You're right. Lena called me that evening.
He's not okay, she said.
I know, I replied. She sighed. I admired you. I just never said it. Why now? I asked. Because I see what strength actually looks like, she said. You walked away without burning everything. I burned the lie, I said. That was enough. She hesitated. He still thinks you'll forgive him. I already did, I replied. That's why I didn't return. Silence stretched. You were always too good for him, she said. I was just ready, I answered. That night, Olivia texted me. You okay? Yes, I replied. Very. Noah called. Do you want company? Not tonight, I said. But thank you. Anytime, he replied. Later, I noticed a shadow near the entrance. I stood by the window. Ethan stood outside my building. He didn't knock. He didn't call. He just stood there. I whispered, You finally understand. I watched him pace. He looked smaller, uncertain. I remembered when confidence lived in his voice. Now it didn't. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. I didn't answer. I said out loud, You don't get access anymore. Minutes passed. He stayed. Then he sat on the steps. I thought about opening the door. I didn't move. I said softly, This is the consequence. The elevator dinged behind me. I stayed where I was. Eventually he stood. He looked up at my window. I stepped back into the dark. He waited. Then he left. I exhaled slowly. My chest didn't ache. It felt quiet. The next morning, Marcus said, Your former company asked about you. What did you say? I asked. That you outgrew them, he replied. I smiled. True. At lunch, Olivia said, He's finished. I don't celebrate downfall, I said. I know, she replied. That's why you won. I shook my head. This isn't about winning. It is, she insisted. You kept yourself. That evening, Lena sent one last message.
He knows now.
I typed good. I deleted the conversation. I stood in my apartment and said, You're safe. The words settled easily. Ethan lost everything because he treated love like a guarantee. I kept everything because I treated myself like a priority. That was the difference. That was the lesson. I turned off the lights. Outside, the street was empty. So was the space he once filled. And for the first time, that emptiness felt like peace. Your presentation is next, Marcus said, tapping my shoulder. I nodded. I'm ready. You always are, he replied. That's why you're leading this project. I smiled. It's not about being ready. It's about doing the work. The room was full. I glanced at my team. Let's start. They nodded, confident in me. I walked through the slides. We'll focus on efficiency, communication, and innovation. Any questions before we proceed? A hand raised. How do you plan to handle potential setbacks? I plan ahead, I said, and trust that each of you can adapt. We succeed together. The meeting ended with applause. I exhaled. Good work, everyone. Later, Olivia laughed as we walked to the cafe. You actually enjoy this, don't you? I do, I said. I didn't used to. I chased things that weren't mine. She tilted her head. Including him? I shrugged. Including him? She smiled. I'm glad you're free now. I am, I said. I've been free for a while, actually. Noah joined us, casually sipping his coffee. Mind if I sit?
Not at all, I said.
He smiled. You look lighter than ever. I feel lighter, I said. I stopped carrying unnecessary weight. He nodded. Including him? Yes, I said softly. Completely. We walked through the park afterward. Sunlight touched the trees. I laughed at something small he said. See? I told him. I didn't forget how to enjoy life. He grinned. You never did. You just forgot to prioritize yourself. I remember now, I said. And I don't plan to lose it again. Back at my apartment, I unpacked souvenirs from my trip.
Paris.
Tokyo, New York. Each place reminded me of how alive life could feel. I whispered. I didn't need anyone to validate me. I validated myself. Noah peeked around the corner. And happiness? I turned, smiling. It didn't come from revenge. It came from self-respect, from boundaries, from standing tall without waiting for approval. He nodded, impressed. That's beautiful. I walked to the window, looking at the city lights. I worked hard, built my life, and found peace. He leaned on the railing beside me. And love. I didn't chase it, I said. I let it grow naturally. No pressure, no expectation, just presence. He grinned. And you didn't even realize it was there until now. I didn't, I admitted. I was too busy surviving myself. We laughed together, quietly. The kind of laugh that doesn't hide pain. Later, I called Marcus. Another project opportunity? He chuckled. You're unstoppable. I just know my worth now, I said. Good, he replied. Keep leading. I hung up, breathing deeply. The city hummed below me. My apartment smelled like coffee and old books, familiar and comforting. Noah brought over dinner. We ate, shared stories, and I felt lighter with each word. I thought about the past.
Ethan. Claire. Pain.
Betrayal. And then I thought about me. Ivy, Noah said softly. You're glowing. I'm alive, I said. And this life is mine. Without him, without guilt, without fear. I laughed freely. I built it myself. And it's enough. Noah smiled. It's more than enough. I leaned back in my chair, looking out at the city. I whispered to no one in particular. This is the life I chose. This is the life I deserve. And it feels perfect. For the first time, I understood. Surviving wasn't enough. Thriving was everything. And I thrived that I saw him across the street, by chance.
Ethan.
Older.
Smaller.
The confidence I remembered was gone. He caught my gaze. I froze for a moment. Hi, I said softly. Hi, he replied. His voice carried weight, but no pride. I smiled politely. He mirrored it, tentative, awkward. You've changed, he said finally. I think so, I said. And you? He looked down at his shoes. I've learned some things. I nodded. I have too. There was a pause. No anger, no expectation. Just quiet understanding. I hope you're happy, he said. I am, I replied. I really am. He swallowed. I wish I could say the same. I didn't answer. I didn't need to. You look well, he said, glancing at my coat. Thank you, I said.
So do you.
He laughed nervously. We both look older. Yes, I said softly. And wiser. For a moment, we lingered. Memories floated in the space between us. The coffee shop behind me smelled familiar. The city buzzed around us. Life went on. You moved on, he said finally. I did, I said. Completely.
His eyes softened.
I guess I didn't realize you were never mine to lose again. You weren't paying attention before, I said calm. I am now. He nodded, voice small. I can see that. I hope you find peace, I said. He looked at me, searching. I don't know if I can. I'm sure you'll learn, I said. Eventually. He exhaled, a long, heavy sigh. I thought I could fix everything. Fix us. You can't fix what isn't yours, I replied. And this isn't mine anymore. He nodded slowly. I understand. We exchanged one last polite smile, like strangers passing in a park. Then I turned. Each step away felt lighter than the last. No longing. No hesitation. Just clarity. In my first life, losing him broke me. I remembered the nights I cried, begging for his return. I remembered the emptiness that consumed me. I remembered how powerless I felt. Now, my heart was steady. My mind was calm. In this life, losing him saved me. I walked past the cafe, past the streetlight where we once argued. The city hummed, indifferent and alive. I didn't look back. I didn't need to. Freedom felt different than I expected. It was quiet. It was complete. It was mine. The memory of him remained small, distant, like a shadow I once feared. But it no longer had power. I breathed in the night air, and for the first time, I understood fully. Some losses are blessings. Some endings are beginnings. And I was finally free.